Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and not long until game week 27, and this is the Your Questions Answered video. Before I start, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and be sure to get your comments and any questions in as well if you missed out on asking them ready for this video. But we'll jump straight into it. This is all of the questions that were asked to me on Twitter prior to this deadline, which is in the next 24 hours or so now. If you want to be involved in these videos, head to my Twitter page, follow me at FPLMattDay, and you can ask a question before every single deadline, and I will answer it on this. But even if you didn't ask a question, sit back, relax, and enjoy, because these can all help you for your teams. So let's go into the first one. You can see there on screen, your questions answered at game week 27. Little picture of Jared Bowen there after his hat-trick last week. And we'll go into the first question, which is here from FPLRoo. What a great account he is. And if you can see that there on the screen, he has asked, can Son deliver from the left? Well, what I'll say, first of all, before I answer that question, is he might not be on the left this week because there's a few rumours that Richarlison has a swollen ankle and he might be on the bench for Spurs this week and he might not be fit enough to start the game. So if that's the case, it doesn't matter because Son will then play through the middle. But can he deliver from the left? If he plays on that left, 100% he can. Son Heung-min, look at how many goals he delivered on that left-hand side when Harry Kane was through the middle. Even more goals than what we've seen this season when Son has been through the middle at times as well. So 100% Son can deliver from the left. I know a few people have said he looks a bit rigid there. He's not getting as many shots off and expected goals and expected chances, but it's just Son returning back from the Asia Cup. If he was on the left, if he was in the middle, he still will find goals. Obviously, a lot easier when he is in the middle, getting those chances, but still, he's so good at cutting in from that left and shooting. So yes, he can. So the next question here is from FPL Henners. And we'll click in here because there's a few questions I think that might be in here. We'll see what this one says. Or maybe it's just the replies below the post. But anyway, FPL Henners, best captain pick this week other than Saka and Haaland, in my opinion. Yeah, tricky one because you could look at other Arsenal players in that fixture against Sheffield United and you could think, do I want to captain anyone in that one? Maybe a Gabriel is a very risky captain. All it takes is a Sheffield United goal, but they're scoring a lot from corners. Then you look at Man City, De Bruyne, minutes have been a bit mixed. Could we go, say, Foden got a hat-trick in the derby last season? But not for me, any of those. I'd say the best captain pick outside of those options will be Son Heung-min if he plays in that central position, or even if he's on the left. Either way, I think at home to Palace, Spurs have had a bit of a rest. So for me, Son is the next best captain pick. And then the next one from there, I'd probably say Ollie Watkins away at Luton. He's got a knack of delivering in these types of fixtures away from home as well. And then I'd probably say Jared Bowen against Everton would be my next sort of favourite. But great question there from FPL Henners. Let's go down. FPL Georgios. I hope you're well, mate. He's asked, would you bring in Son or Maddison for Jota? I like the Maddison shout. Obviously, very differential. But if you can afford Son, I'd put him as a priority, especially because he's on pens. And he's more guaranteed to obviously start the game. I think Maddison starts anyway. But Son, as a Spurs captain, he's always nailed. So for me, it's got to be Son. Next question from FPL Michael, and I think this one again is pretty much going to answer itself. A lot of good Spurs-related questions as well on the questions today, and it's going to have to be Son, especially with that apparent potential Richarlison news. If Richarlison was 100% fully fit, I'd probably say Son long term, still my favourite choice. If you were looking at getting Son in for the free hit 29 or in game week 29, then I would have said that maybe Richarlison over the next couple of games and then double up with Son, because Richarlison would then be he's on that crazy goal scoring form as well. He just keeps scoring. But I'd say now, with what we know, Son. PSB, great account, always asking questions, and he has asked, what is the most sound chip strategy with the current set of fixtures? I'll start off with the boring answer of yes, it's very team dependent, and everyone has different ways. Some people have used chips, some people haven't. But I think for those managers that have, well, I guess if this is for the ones that everyone has left, then it's probably a bit more difficult. I think if we do this on the assumption that everyone's used their triple captain on Haaland, then it'll probably be a bit easier, especially because it can be based on the chips I've got. So for me, I would say I'm liking the idea of getting to game week 29, blank game week 29. And I'm of the strategy is if you have 7 players or more on the park, expect a painful week, expect a red arrow. But I don't think long run it will cause you too much damage once the season's over. And I would say get by with that game. Then all the doubles that we're going to see in game week 34, free hit. Then wild card, sort of game week 35, game week 36, in preparation for the big double game week of 37, which involves a lot of the big hitters and the big clubs. Bench boost in that game week 37. Alternatively, if you did also have the triple captain left, if Solanke was fully fit, you could use that in game week 28. And then you could continue with the chip strategy that I just went through, mate. But great question from PSB. We've had another question as well. Luis Benila. Best Walker replacements, please. Also, who to sell for Son, Martinelli, Gross, Gordon. So I think he means who to sell for Son. So best Walker replacements, definitely Doughty from Luton. Double game week player. Also plays in game week 29. If you've already got him, I'd probably be looking at someone like Udogie from Spurs, plays in game week 28, 29 as well. Tough fixture in 27 against 28 against Villa, but he's got a good fixture this week and a pretty good fixture in 29 as well. Or you could even go for Aston Villa with a Luton game, then home against Spurs in 28, and then they've got a half decent fixture against West Ham in 29 as well. So maybe someone like Moreno, but I think Doughty from Luton is the best one. And then who to sell for Son? I'd probably edge towards Martinelli at the moment. Actually not going into this game week. Gross. But his form is insane. Let's have a look, because what might make this tough, none of them play in game week 29 anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Gross is next to, he's got Forest next week. This week he's got Fulham away. It's going to have to be Gordon for me. It's going to have to be Gordon. Looking at Newcastle's next couple of games, it's definitely got to be Gordon. And this is the last question from Jay UTV, which I think is up the Villa. Best FPL option poll. Oh, so he actually went on a poll. So this wasn't a question. Well, it certainly was a question. So I'll answer this one as well. Best FPL option, Barkley, Elanga, or Willian. I voted for Barkley. I think Barkley is the best option, given he's got a double game week in 28, and he also plays in game week 29 against Nottingham Forest. So there you have it, everyone. Thanks to all of those managers that ask questions. If you want to ask questions for future game weeks, go follow me at FPLMattDay on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done already. Give the video a like and get any other questions in the comments as well. We'll leave it there. There's going to be a couple more shorts all the way up until deadline, so stay tuned for that. Good luck for this game week. Like I said, any questions or anything, get them in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.